First, there was a motion.
I would like to entertain a motion that we adopt scenario 1.
Then a second.
But I will at this time, for the taxpayers of Smith County, second Mrs. Emmett's motion.
And after much discussion by county commissioners over employee insurance, reducing retiree benefits, and cutting 16 workers, a voice from the audience commanded the room's attention.
This is not my people versus your people. This is our people. Let them talk.
321st State District Judge Carol Clark.
And I just stood up and gave it my best plea.
An impassioned plea to let County Auditor Ann Wilson work with Budget Officer Jeff Clark. The goal? Find a way to save jobs and maintain a healthy bottom line.
My purpose was to see if they couldn't try for a compromise.
We tried to help. I don't want it to be a war between the judges and the commissioners. I want it to be the people. Let us help.
The combined effort producing a budget with no layoffs, 3% merit raises, and a fund balance of nearly $1.8 million.
And as soon as that budget was passed, the auditor's office immediately began getting it into the system so that Smith County could get back to business.
The employees want to be included and they want to be part of the process. And if this is what it takes, then everybody's willing to roll up their sleeves and do it.
Judge Clark's efforts have not gone unnoticed by those around her.
Well, we were all very proud of Judge Clark for standing up for us. She has been dubbed the guardian angel of the courthouse.
They've hugged me and they've thanked me and they sent me flowers. I'm just stunned that people that I don't even really know would send me an email and say, thank you, I'm not going to lose my job.
These halls once bustled with activity. Young minds eager to absorb life's lessons, moving from class to class. Banners and trophies of championships past adorned the walls. That all ended in 1970, when a federal desegregation order forced TISD to review 3 plans for integration, 2 of which involved the closing of Emmet J. Scott High School. The majority of the campus has remained empty and unused ever since.
Now, even though Mother Nature has had its way with most of the inside and outside of the facilities, officials at Texas College believe that the existing walls of the structure are savable, as well as the auditorium and the gymnasium.
It sounds like a great idea because Texas College has been in Tyler so long, and so has Emmet Scott.
But a member of the high school's first graduating class wants to know what took so long.
I believe Emmet Scott and Martin Luther King is the only school that was closed at integration that is still looking as it does. Every city you go into, the city helped to renovate the building.
Records show that concerns over the amount of asbestos in the buildings has prevented its renovation.
Where they repaired the Blackstone Hotel and didn't say it was too much asbestos. They repaired the Carlton Hotel. They repaired the post office, old post office downtown. All of these buildings they repaired, and they never mentioned the word asbestos.
The city of Tyler is ready to pitch in.
The city is ready and willing to step up and be a partner with all those who want to collaborate and make Emmet Scott better than what we're looking at today.
Concerns over the preservation of the center's name were also raised.
We are going to preserve the historic name of Emmet Scott. We're not going to let that die. Because even if we put Texas College name on it, you all still going to call it Emmet Scott.
At the turn of the century, Emmet J. Scott was secretary to Booker T. Washington at the Tuskegee Institute for 18 years. He also served as an advisor to the Secretary of War, recording the participation of African Americans in World War I. His books on both subjects are widely referenced historical documents, so it's no wonder so many wish to breathe life into an institution that bears his name.
But we understand fear is still around, but we must overcome that. It's fear when we get ready to tackle a problem like we have here.
But as everyone that spoke tonight, it is going to take a community event. It's going to take the whole city of Tyler, not just North Tyler, not just South Tyler.
Jason Youngblood, CBS 19 Eyewitness News.
The recent racial tension within Longview City Council has caused some to take a hard look at the city's fire and police departments. Mayor Murray Moore suggested hiring practices be altered to include more women and minorities. But as we found out, it's not as easy as it sounds.
This is a very strenuous, hard, back-breaking work job.
Nancy Lee has been a firefighter and paramedic in East Texas for nearly 20 years.
Wanted to be a part of the community and help out.
And being a woman in a male-dominated profession hasn't kept her from reaching her goals.
No obstacles other than just the typical razzing and aggravating and picking, but, you know, I can dish it out too.
But out of 155 certified Longview firefighters, only 4 are women, and just a handful in the department are minorities.
City of Longview is making a very good faith attempt toward recruiting all people. We recruit minorities and everyone alike. We hire anyone that is qualified to meet those positions.
And the city says it's not from lack of effort in recruiting that they don't have the diversity that they should have on the department, but rather a lack of applicants. People just aren't applying for those positions.
We require them to be firefighter paramedics coming in to reduce our length of time of training, and so that makes it difficult.
That's how Nancy Lee did it, and she encourages others to do the same.
Whatever color or whatever age or whatever nationality, I encourage anybody that's willing to work, wants to work, and have the requirements to come and apply for this job.
A presentation will be made to the Longview City Council on Thursday night by the city's Human Resource Director. Bonita Hall will reveal the results of a survey showing that 30 other cities in Texas have the same problem finding applicants. Back to you.
Oh, 25-mile round trip each day, so it eats up a good bit of gas.
But that gas in the van that burns it is being provided by Gladewater ISD, so these teachers can continue working with Truman Center students at Meadow Pines and Longview.
It makes it easier for the other teachers. It makes it easier for me if I'm able to just meet at the bus barn, get in the van, and drive over to Meadow Pines.
Teachers and aides carpool to the kids thanks to a state grant.
We were able, by TEA's graciousness, to be able to still come here and work with our children. And for some of us that have worked with these children for 15 years, they're like our second set of kids.
Usually when students are relocated to another district, that district provides their instructors, but not this time.
And the best part about it is, not only do the instructors and their aides get to use the vans to come to work, it's also allowed them to bring over the equipment they need to do their job.
We work with a multi-sensory environment, and so we've tried to bring as much of that here as we can so that they feel as much as possible like they're in the classroom.
And for these teachers, no distance is too great to drive.
I feel very dedicated to come here, to to drive this long way, and work with the kids.
In Longview, Jason Youngblood, CBS 19 Eyewitness News.
We have had problems with our cars because of the roads, and they're just not maintained the way they should be.
Residents of Upshur County are upset enough with their roads that they have called for an election. People like Deborah Bullfinch say they want the old maintenance system back.
The crew knew every with the roads. You didn't have to call them to tell them to come fix the roads.
Precinct 2 Commissioner Buddy Ferguson says he has had plenty of calls.
And the people are demanding that something be done. And I think this is the only way to approach it, is let the people decide.
Precinct 4 Commissioner Gary Drennan feels the same way.
And I like to let the people make the decision. I'm willing to work either way.
And he says most people in his precinct want him fixing the roads.
I've had people tell me I voted for you, and I'm still going to call you. And I get lots of phone calls about the road problem, you know. And I feel handicapped a little bit because I can't go take care of it. I've got to go through channels.
When the unit road system was passed in November of 2002, over 7,000 voters turned out for that election. Now a lesser number of voters could reverse that decision, and if successful, it would be the first of its kind in Texas history.
I think we're going to have a heavy vote turnout. Now, whether we'll have that heavy, you know, I don't know. I hope we do. I hope we have I wish every registered voter would vote.
Majority of the voters that I've spoke to and has talked about it are in favor of the commissioners taking it back over.
In Gilmer, Jason Youngblood, CBS 19 Eyewitness News.
And once again, I guess we're trying to prevent Upshur County from once again being the laughingstock of the surrounding counties.
Vance Lowry from the Taxpayers Association of Upshur County says the county's unit road system is being sabotaged by commissioners who want control of the roads in their own precincts.
And if there's money left over, it's either two things. Either the unit road system does indeed save money, or it's intentionally being held back so that it looks bad.
A $400,000 surplus has raised eyebrows and leads Lowry to believe Commissioners Joe Buddy Ferguson and Gary Drennan have intentionally mismanaged the County Road and Bridge Department.
And so far in Upshur County, we haven't received, or the road engineers or administrator hasn't received any clear policies or direction from those commissioners.
Commissioner Ferguson says the unit road system has had enough time to work, and that time is now up.
They're not being maintained, and they're running down for 2 years now. And that's the reason the people are calling me and giving me, really a headache.
Precinct 4 Commissioner Gary Drennan oversees the most roads in the worst condition.
I rode and looked at the roads, and I relay my message. People call me, want me to get something done about the roads, and I go to them. I'm just doing everything I can to make it work.
Lowry says his organization expected a fight for the unit system as new faces enter the picture.
So one of the virtues of the unit road system is the fact that you get consistency and continuity. No matter if the commissioners come and go, the Road and Bridge Department stays the same.
Jason Youngblood, CBS 19 Eyewitness News.
We're getting new businesses, and they're going to do all the streets, and everything is looking up for Lakeport.
Lakeport resident Barry Ferguson is now happy with the roads in his neighborhood.
When they retopped the street, I thought I would never see that, but it sure has helped Lakeport, and while they were doing it, I talked to the man about extending my driveway.
Under Gregg County's method of road maintenance, commissioners fix roads on an as-needed basis with the court's approval.
I requested it about 6 months ago, and about a month ago, they called me and said they got some money and were able to do it.
The city of Lakeport is just interested in trying to upgrade their infrastructure and making it a better place for those citizens who want to move there.
An interlocal agreement allows Lakeport to offer police and fire protection in southern Gregg County in exchange for help with fixing the roads.
We share taxpayer dollars. We spread it around equally around the county to assist the cities in maintaining some of the finest roads I think that we've got in the state.
Gregg County Judge Bill Stout says the agreement would not be possible under a unit road system.
Under a unit road system, you focus on the roads that are used the most. And the roads that aren't used the most, it's on a point system. And so they don't get as much attention.
Judge Stout adds that residents get fair and equal treatment under a commissioner-run road system.
We're all working together to try and make a better community, and that's how you do it.
In Lakeport, Jason Youngblood, CBS 19 Eyewitness News.